2003 I became very ill. I had a rupture of 2 of the blood vessels in my heart. So I had life-saving heart surgery, and then about a year or so later I was diagnosed with Vascular Ehlers-Danlos. It's a very rare condition, thankfully, but it's a genetic inherited disorder of collagen. And collagen is the bit that gives strength to your joints and your muscles and your skin. And there are several different forms of Ehlers-Danlos, but I have a less common form that just affects the blood vessels, and it makes the blood vessels fragile and prone to sudden rupture. And I was told that my life expectancy was 41, and I was just a few months off my 41st birthday. I think we felt numb for a while. We dealt with it in very different ways. Danny's response was to bury his head and pretend it hadn't happened. Mine was to weep and wail and just cry over anyone who was going to listen to me, really. But the one thing we could agree on was that we would protect the children. They were quite young at the time, and that we would protect them from it all until we knew what the outcome was going to be for me. And it took us many months of feeling completely devastated that the family that we had been building with such love and care may not be around for very long. But once we'd come to terms a little with that, and we'd been back to the hospital and realised that although the life expectancy was 41, then that's a sort of middle road, if you like. There are people who sadly pass away much earlier than that, and there are people who live much longer. So it was a bit of a scale, really. But no one was saying to me that 41 and that's your lot, you know. And once we got it all back into some sort of perspective, that's when we decided that we wanted to do something very special to make the most of our time as a family, that we wouldn't waste that time. We didn't know how long it would be. And we wanted to go away for a length of time so that we could really have that time as a family. And 6 months seemed like a good time. I think what really sealed it was that Danny was offered redundancy in late 2005. I think after I was diagnosed, although we wanted to do something special, we were beginning to think we never would. But when he was offered redundancy with the chance of a job 6 months later, then we knew that that was our only chance at doing this trip. The general response was that we were quite mad. That, you know, I had this reduced life expectancy, and what happened if I was on a Greek island and I pegged out, basically? What was I going to do? But we turned a deaf ear to all of that. We were quite sure of what we were doing. The children were ecstatic at the thought of having a long holiday away. They quite fancied going off in a camper van or camping, and as long as everywhere had a swimming pool, they were going to be ecstatically happy about it.